Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the language of big business. And today MannKind is in the hot seat. Let's just say this filing is going to make waves, and no, not the kind you want to surf on. Alright, let's dive right into this. A company called MannKind Corporation is making a big move. They're buying out another company called scPharmaceuticals Inc. This is a pretty significant acquisition, and it's all laid out in this current report, a Form 8K filed on August 25, 2025. So what does this mean? Normally companies file these reports to talk about important events that happen suddenly, like a merger or a big change in leadership. And boy oh boy did MannKind have a big event on August 24, 2025. They signed an agreement to buy scPharmaceuticals. This deal is structured as a tender offer, which basically means MannKind is going to offer to buy all the shares of scPharmaceuticals from its shareholders. Now, for the juicy details of the deal, MannKind is offering $5.35 in cash for each share of scPharmaceuticals stock. But wait, there's more. They're also giving each shareholder a contingent value right, or a CVR for short. Think of this CVR like a bonus ticket. It gives the shareholder a shot at getting up to an extra $1 per share, depending on whether scPharmaceuticals hit certain company milestones. So they're buying scPharmaceuticals, which makes a drug called FROS-IX. This drug is for heart failure, and it's delivered through a special injector device. This is a big deal for MannKind. To say it's not dependent on them getting financing means they likely already have the money lined up, or they're very confident they can get it. This makes the deal much more likely to go through. MannKind has to start this offer within 10 business days and keep it open for 20 business days. That means the initial period for shareholders to sell their shares will be about a month, but it could be extended. When the deal is all done, scPharmaceuticals will become a wholly owned part of MannKind. This means MannKind will own all of it, and scPharmaceuticals will operate under MannKind's umbrella. For those who own scPharmaceuticals stock options or stock units, special rules apply. If your options are in the money, meaning they're worth something, MannKind will buy them out in cash and give you those CVRs. If your options are out of the money, meaning they're not worth anything, they'll just be cancelled with no payment. Similarly, restricted stock units will also be cashed out and converted into the CVRs. This ensures that employees and executives holding these types of awards also benefit from the acquisition. Any warrants to buy scPharmaceuticals stock will be handled according to the specific terms laid out in those warrant agreements. The scPharmaceuticals employee stock purchase plan is also being addressed. Any active offering periods will end, and money contributed will be refunded. New offering periods won't start. This is fairly standard in acquisitions to wrap up these employee benefit programs. Path, principal stockholders. What's interesting is that major shareholders, including John H. Tucker, the CEO, and entities connected to OrbiMed Advisors LLC, have signed agreements supporting this deal. They own about 11.5% of scPharmaceuticals shares, and they've committed to selling their shares in the offer. This is a strong signal of confidence in the deal from key players. Now let's circle back to those CVRs, or the bonus tickets for shareholders. The CVR agreement is key to understanding how much extra money these shareholders might get. The first milestone for a potential payout is FDA approval for a specific version of the FROS-IX drug delivery system, an injection product. This approval needs to happen by a certain date for shareholders to get their full bonus. If the FDA approves the drug by September 30, 2026, the CVR holder gets 0.75, but if it's approved by December 31, 2026, it's only Droid 50 2027, it drops to 0.2027, it drops to 0.2027, it drops to 0.27, it drops to 0.25. The second milestone is based on sales of FROS-IX and related products. If combined sales reach at least $110 million in any 12-month period ending before December 31, 2000, share of Alfor's could get another bonus. And here's a bit of a sliding scale for that sales bonus. If sales hit $120 million, $10 million, they get the full ever 0.25. But if sales are between 105 bonus if the top target isn't quite met. X sales are between $110 million, the bonus, and if the top target isn't quite met. MannKind is obligated to try its best to hit these milestones. This means they're expected to actively work towards getting this drug approved and making sales. To help fund this acquisition, MannKind also entered into an amendment to a loan agreement with Blackstone. This amendment allows them to get an additional $175 million in loans, specifically to cover the costs of this deal. Part of that loan money is also going to be used to pay off scPharmaceuticals' existing debt with a company called Perceptive Credit Holdings. It looks like around 81 millions will be used for that. Both companies put out a joint press release on August 25, 2025 to announce the news. This is standard practice to inform the public and investors. And MannKind also released an investor presentation to go over the details of the deal and what it means for their company. This presentation likely highlights the strategic benefits and financial projections of buying scPharmaceuticals. Now, like most of these reports, there's a section on forward-looking statements. These are basically predictions about the future based on current information. They're saying things like the deal will help them diversify revenue, accelerate growth, and make them a leader in certain diseases. They expect to pay off Perceptive's debt and buy out their revenue rights with the loan money. This simplifies scPharmaceuticals' financial structure. One important note for shareholders is that this filing is just an announcement. The actual offer to buy shares, a tender offer statement, will be filed later with the SEC, so people need to wait for that official announcement before making any decisions. The full agreement outlining all the terms and conditions of this merger between MannKind and scPharmaceuticals is attached as an exhibit. This is the official document that governs the entire deal. And finally, the report is signed off by Michael E. Castagna, the CEO of MannKind Corporation, indicating their official approval and commitment to this filing. So what's the big picture here? MannKind is making a bold move to acquire scPharmaceuticals. This acquisition seems strategically sound as it brings in X, a drug for heart failure, that MannKind believes will significantly boost its revenue and market position. The cash and CVR structure for shareholders is a common way to incentivize them and share in the potential future success of the acquired drug. The financing appears to be in place, which is a positive sign for the deal's completion. However, the success of the CVR payments hinges on MannKind's ability to achieve specific FDA approvals and sales targets within set timeframes, which are always subject to uncertainty. Overall, MannKind is positioning itself for growth by expanding its product pipeline and therapeutic areas. The key risks will be the execution of the integration process, achieving the targeted milestones for the CVRs, and navigating the competitive landscape of the cardiometabolic and lung disease markets. The company's ability to effectively launch and market CIX will be critical to realizing the expected benefits of this acquisition. What do you all think of this merger? Is MannKind making a smart acquisition, or is it a risky bet? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate breakdowns. Don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more exclusive content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.